Hey. Class is in session again. Welcome to yet another edition of the Heezy Hoopcast, powered by AnimalHeezy.com. Please visit AnimalHeezy.com at your earliest convenience and invite yourself to betterness. Please subscribe to where we have most of our video content on YouTube, youtube.com/ThePistolPaco. That's ThePistolPaco. And you can also catch up with every episode of the Hoopcast, as well as some other ancillary shit, at our YouTube page, The Animal Maison, THANIMAUXMAISON. I know that's a lot of letters and shit, so I don't even blame you if you never make it. Anywho, at this time, like I always do, I want to give a moment of silence saying R.I.P. to my big homie Kahuna, R.I.P. to my homie Reiju Goku. Straight like that, and Iron Bread versus Yoga flying solo today. No house guests. We'll be back on it soon. I haven't done a solo one in a while. I've been, real house guest heavy this season and shit, and it's been a whole lot of fun, but I gotta go ahead and take the wheel on this one. So last night, of course, before watching these games, I was listening to Eminem's new album because Eminem has always been one of my favorite rappers throughout time. So I kind of knew what to expect going into this. I did not listen to the Marshall Mathers LP2. I probably listened to maybe 2 or 3 songs off of it and was like, oh man, this is a far cry from the original Marshall Mathers LP, which is still probably my favorite Eminem album, up there with Relapse. And a lot of niggas didn't like Relapse, but I love Relapse, man. That shit was some psycho Edgar Allan Poe shit, man. I just appreciate it from an artistic standpoint. But this album, Revival, yeah, I had to go ahead and give it a listen. Support M and shit, or at least support it by listening to it for free. But I'm, not gonna turn a deaf ear to M. And I did not understand that album at all. I'm not gonna shit on M because that's my guy. And perhaps the greatest person to ever put words together. But man, I mean, my nigga is reminding me of, to make the basketball connection, my nigga reminded me of MJ in them Wizards days and shit, who could, still give you buckets and shit like that, but it was so far off from the greatness we're used to seeing them exhibit. Like, you remember when MJ missed that dunk in that last All-Star game that he started? I think it was Vince Carter or somebody gave Michael Jordan his starting spot. And then he came out there, man, and he took off, and niggas was like, oh, baby, he's about to do it. And then he, dunked that bitch, and then the ball bounced 20 feet in the air and shit. And then the whole world just, felt bad for a second. And that's what I feel like. I feel like that dunk repeated over and over and over and over again on this album. The whole reaching for punchlines thing, I don't know why it feels old. I don't know why I feel like it's getting old. And the punchlines ain't as potent, and the messages are really potent in the album. He opens it up explaining how he's not even confident in himself no more, and he goes on for 6 minutes explaining about how, people are shaking his confidence, and people are talking you ain't shit, you ain't this, you ain't that, you ain't what you used to be. And he feel that shit, and it had him scared to put out some shit, but he's gonna keep going as long as he can do it. And I can at least admire it from that standpoint. But man, and then he was doing the Migos flow, and I was like, oh no, M, no, nigga, not the triplet flow, nigga, not you, M, shit, man. And when you hear old nigga doing the triplet flow, you ain't never heard him do it before, and he don't really just finesse the shit out that bitch. You just, oh man, it hurt on so many levels. But You know, the lyrics are what they are, and some people gonna like it, some people won't. But sonically, the beats and the hooks on this album left me confused as shit. I'm like, who is this album for? Who is this sound for? Like, I almost feel like it's for teenage white girls that never met black people and might like some black culture, but at an extreme distance. But, you know, never actually met any black people like white girls with a whole lot of Taylor Swift in their catalog and shit. It seems like it was made for them. But even then, I'm imagining that I really still can't picture sonically who this sound is supposed to be appealing to. Nigga, that nigga gotta get Dre back on the team or something, man. I don't know what's up with him and Dre, but you gotta get Dre back on this shit. And Dre and the Funky Bass team and shit. Get them niggas back on deck, cause I can't deal with this cotton candy, the hopeful pop sound and shit. Like, but you know, so instead of going on and on lamenting and complaining, I think I'm gonna go back at some point today and just listen to Marshall Mathers LP, maybe even bump a little bit of the Slim Shady LP, and just remember the good times. But anywho, niggas here for basketball though. So niggas had the Thursday night games and shit. Thursday tends to be one of the biggest games, the biggest nights in NBA. Got the best games with the best show on, hosted by Inside the NBA with Charles Barkley, Shaq, Kenny Smith, and the Honorable Ernie Johnson. And I didn't watch the second game, Warriors and Mavericks. I didn't watch that shit. Niggas had starters out and shit, and KD just goddamn went ballistic from like from the stats I looked at and from like the 3 minutes that I watched it was just nothing but KD. And niggas got 3 starters out, still win by 20. I heard Kenny Smith said, imagine if they were trying. But I did watch that Lakers and Cavs game. I was front and center, nigga. The homie, big homie Black, keep that shit 100 on Twitter. But it's like, yeah, the Lakers Cavs game on, nigga. I'm on this. I'm like, damn, nigga, I ain't even know that shit was on. So I'm like, I went, man, jumped straight to it and shit. And God, I love this game. I mean, I'm gonna probably reiterate that 1,000 more times over the course of this season, but God, I love this game, man. These young baby Lakers against this beefed up Cavs team and shit. Mwah. Great game. So, stat-wise, you know, I notice there's like a lot of focus on Lonzo, like when niggas is even talking about stats during the game, like they'll make it a point to bring up how close Lonzo is to a triple-double at all times. And I think somewhere niggas like really, you know, commentators and shit like are starting to feel bad for this kid. They want to try to be like, oh, he's almost there. He's almost at a triple-double, you know, and if it would have been like any other player and shit without all of the pressure that was without having all of the pressure that was put on him prior to even playing the game in the league, you know, they probably wouldn't even be doing the same thing. But the way they read off his stats and shit and always remind you how close he is to a double-double or triple-double, it's like they kind of just trying to either make him look better or steer him into like some conversation of greatness. But point being, I don't even understand why all this focus goes on Lonzo with these Brandon Ingram era Lakers. This is the Brandon Ingram era of the Lakers, my nigga. That kid is so motherfucking awesome, man. And the kid gave niggas 26, 6, and 6 on 10 or 15 shooting, 3 or 4 from 3-point. I love this kid game, and he get a lot of KD comparisons, but actually, nigga kind of remind me of a taller Kawhi Leonard, of how he could, you know, hurt you anywhere on the court and hurt you all with an expression on his face like he is bored shitless. That is amazing to me. I love demonstrative players and players that, you know, all that shit, but I'm just as impressed by the players that bone niggas, just tear niggas to shreds and just do it all like, yeah, another day at the office. Speaking of Lonzo, though, Lonzo ended off the night with a light double-double. 13 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds to go along with it. Almost a triple-double as they made it a point that, them niggas was talking like, goddamn it, they was already counting the triple-double, like, oh, this will be his 5th triple-double on the season, man, get the fuck out of here. He didn't get it. But, anywho, 5 of 11 shooting, not great. Not terrible, not great though. 8 of those shots were 3-pointers, and he hit 3 of those 8 shots, which makes him 2 of 3 on shots inside the 3-point line, which still kind of points to the issues with being aggressive as a scorer that people like to talk about today, but I ain't even gonna do it today. It's a long season. Let's just see how young Zoe Testicle continues to grow. But, 8 3-pointers. 8 3-pointers ain't necessarily aggressive. It sound more like bailouts, especially when you look at it. You know what I'm saying? 2 of 3 home shots inside the 3-point line. Josh Hart made a good case last night for the who he played for All-Stars. Nigga had 11 points, 10 rebounds. But the most important stat he put up was a fast break dunk on LeBron in the 3rd quarter, my nigga. Ooh-wee. Shout out my nigga Sauce Walker. And I already know what niggas is thinking, like, man, he ain't really dunk on that, man. Like, he ain't really dunk on him. Yeah, man, nigga, fuck that. Because if Bron would have did his famous chase down block thing and smacked that shit into the front row, nobody would have used the fast break as a basis to say, I mean, he ain't really block him, so I gonna say he ain't really dunk on him. Nah, get this young nigga credit for hearing those footsteps, still going up with no fear, and giving one to the king, nigga. But then I look at his field goal percentage, 4 of 11, worse than Lonzo. I'm not indicting these young niggas, but there's no way around needing better shooting from your starting backcourt. You know, Kyle Kuzma gave niggas 20.7 rebounds off the bench. Well done, young man. Keep up the good work. Oh my God, these are some talented young niggas though. This was a game where these youngins belonged in the game. They belonged there. They belonged like they were supposed to be in the game. I mean, they were in the game, and it wasn't because, Cleveland was taking them lightly. Like, you see some mismatched games that end up in close scores, and you can sometimes see the better team kind of just toying around. But for most of this game, man, the baby Lakers was making the Cavs cavalcade work for it and earn it. But then the Cavs happened, and LeBron James showed these young niggas what a grown man triple-double looks like. 25 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists on 8 of 12 shooting. Whoa! The great white hope, Kevin Love. Great white hope Kevin Love continues to have me baffled as to why people hate on him so tough as he racks up 28 points, 11 rebounds, 4 of 6 3-point shooting. Fuck the hate. Hey, Kev, you got love over here, man. No pun intended. Nah, maybe a little bit intended, whatever, though. Jose Calderon for the Cavs. In case somebody needs to be reminded that Jose Calderon played starting point guard for the Cavaliers. Jose Calderon, like, get this Derrick Rose nigga the fuck out of here and keep him out. This is my job now, nigga. Hey, man, D-Rose, get well soon. Isaiah Thomas, get well soon. But one of my nigga Paco's favorite people to call trash gave his Lakers 17 points, 6 assists on 6 of 9 shooting, 5 of 8 3-point shooting. Shit. Ain't nobody else on the Cavs really do that much worth talking about, man. Jay Crowder gets an honorable mention, but everybody else, Crowder included, kind of just, waits on that wide open jumper, man. Yo, any avid hooper is welcome to break this shit down for me, though. I almost feel like teams overcommit to LeBron and to a lesser extent Lonzo Ball. LeBron is obviously an extraordinary basketball player, but I feel like he's most empowered by his weapons. He like most of his power comes from the weapons around him. And don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful marriage because his teammates make him just as great as he makes them. But players and teams, it seems like, get so scared of him nuking them that they let him get to his command center, and then they overcommit if he's within 15 feet of the rim, and then just let him pick his weapon of choice from there, once the double team comes. Bam. Another wide open three. But, I mean, shit, I'm not getting paid millions to attempt to stop a gigantic super cyborg, so I don't want to act like it's that easy to figure out just because I could sit and watch everything develop from an overhead camera view. It's not fair. But I do feel like people try to take on LeBron when they should be trying to take his weapons out of the game instead. And for the record, I don't think that approach could work for any other superstar talent besides LeBron. Because, I mean, these are only superstar to really play that way, to really just maximize his weapons rather than his own talent. I mean, he uses his talent to maximize his weapons, but you get what the fuck I'm saying. And Charles Barkley said something interesting about Lonzo Ball. Like, he said something to the effect of not understanding why players close out so hard on him or close in on him so quick when on fast breaks when he's a struggling scorer. He said he gets a lot of assists like that, but he feel like niggas need to sag off him more and force him to score instead of letting him get to the spots you already know he's looking to get to make the pass from. So I thought that was interesting. And Charles Barkley, you really can't trust shit he says that doesn't have to do with basketball, but I really do love his honest and candid analysis of the game. And when I listen to him, I could really trust that it's about basketball, and not so it's typically 100% about basketball and not much else. Even when niggas is shitting on Charles or talking bad about Charles in the league, he still like, I'm not finna go there. We're gonna keep it basketball. And he always has some astute observation about the game that, you probably get more from him than Shaq and maybe even Kenny. It's just he delivers it in such a way that, it's funny. But anywho, and some other shit I noticed while I was watching the game. The Cavs logo this year and their court is really nice. I don't like these jerseys, though. I still like the Kyrie era jerseys better, but that era is long gone, never to return. DWade got a travel called on him last night. I didn't think that refs were actually calling travels anymore, so that was interesting. Lonzo obviously has some growing to do as a player, but I like the bounce that he plays with. Like, I see him make a lot of young nigga mistakes and shit, but he definitely looks super confident with the ball and kind of plays with a certain rhythm, so he knows what he's doing and shit. So, and I liked all the passing in this game. It was a lot of high level passing. That's the pro. The con is defensively, I don't know why in this era of hyper aggressive 3-point shooting, why is there always somebody wide open for threes? Always. And I mean not kind of wide open or you got it all, mildly contested. Even beyond this game, just where the game itself is right now, I feel like I'm going to see at least 15 wide the fuck open threes made from either side in a game. And, not even a player within 10 feet of them or some shit. I mean, I don't really, no court dimensions and shit like that just to be able to determine how far they are from. But this nigga's always wide the fuck open. And it's like, if we know niggas is shooting the shit out of threes, why is there somebody always just wide open? Somebody turning around like, oh shit, I forgot about him. Nigga that goddamn shoots 80% from 3-point line. Nigga, this shit crazy. I noticed that the Cavs do really well with trapping the corners and forcing turnovers when the ball makes it there. Vet shit had them young niggas them young niggas weren't scared, but once the ball made it to the corners and niggas thought they had time to figure it out, them niggas was hawking them niggas. Another thing I thought about and noticed. Well, let me get to DWade and LeBron, man. DWade and LeBron still playing together again on the Cavs, man, is like nothing short of adorable, man. Like, but outside of all of the cute shit, they know each other so well, and they both know the game so well that this Cavs team is like really interesting because of it. Because it's a whole bunch of high IQ guys out there and solid role players. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but DWade and Bron playing together again, especially on Bron's team, not for the Miami team, but for Bron's team, that shit is kind of tight and shows a whole different level of ownership in the NBA that we ain't seen before, so it's kind of tight. But yeah, there's also a lot of talk about LeBron officially, like right now, being the best player of all time. Like, the debate is settled. Niggas is pulling up stats and shit. He's in his 15th year with eye-popping stats, some of the best stats of his career. Yet, I'm still not ready to take it there. However, watching LeBron's playmaking and sheer control of the game, to me, he's got to be the smartest player to ever play the game. Like, okay, Kobe had one of the deepest understandings of the game that we had ever seen and would blow us away with it. But his understanding of the game was usually within the context of how he could apply it to him getting more buckets. But LeBron, though, his hoop intelligence affects every single player on both teams and every aspect of the game. And you just even see little weird shit. Like, I saw plays where he set up quick threes early in the shot clock, and even if they missed a three, they were instantly back on defense, forcing the Lakers offense then, like, putting the onus on them to do something about whatever is going on, wherever the flow of the game is going. Making the Lakers offense prove that they could continue to work. Like, you did it, okay, do it again. And shit, sometimes forcing them to go ahead and think about what they gonna do next, and you get back on transition after a rebound or a steal or something, you know, that's easier offense than just setting up the offense. So it's like, we'll give it to you and let you give it back to us. But Bron also might be the biggest asshole in the league too, man. He dunked on one play and thought he should have got the and one foul call, so he goes flopping into the front row. Oh my God, dog. For as great as he is, he's a fucking drama queen too. But I guess it's a cerebral aspect of his game as well. I mean, if you want to characterize it that way. But when he didn't get the call, nigga just sat there on the front row while the other four Cavs went to play defense. It's almost like he's like, you know, I ain't really worried about these kids, right? I also think that on that play, if the Lakers would have scored quickly, he would have hopped off the front row for the cherry pick, like, you know, toss it to me. Kyle Korver messed that shit up with a foul call before that could happen, which was probably the sensible thing to do if you just happen to notice a 4-on-5 with your best defender 80 feet away. But, you know, maybe he didn't see the vision, and maybe that's why he's not LeBron James, because LeBron James can see shit 2-3 steps in advance. My nigga Corey Brewer got a mean dunk. I'm sure my nigga Paco was watching the game, watching his Lakers still like this sorry ass nigga. Something ancillary I noticed too. Maybe I paid too much attention, but I noticed Cleveland's little team slogan has changed from all in, which made some kind of sense, to all for one, one for all. Now, have I smoked too much in my life and analyzed things too much? Or is that more douchebag LeBron shit? Like, did he have something to do with that all for one, like all for me and me for all? Or did LeBron not even have nothing to do with it and it was the marketing department that was being assholes knowing he might leave? Because it's like, we've heard DWade refer to LeBron as the individual in Miami when they were struggling to figure it all out. Then we heard Kyrie after leaving for Boston, make constant cryptic comments about wanting to be a part of a system that ain't about one particular person, which could have some theoretical interpretation of how any one player shouldn't be one player prioritized over team functionality. But let's be for real. Who is one individual player on that team those comments could actually fit if it's not LeBron, if it's not Kyrie? Kevin Love, Richard Jefferson. I'm running out of names really quickly. Hey, but yeah, great game. Hoopcast, animalheezy.com. We out of here. I'm gonna just do a quick one today. I'll be back with house guests soon and shit. But definitely had to get that one off because I enjoyed the shit out that game. And yeah, God bless. Have a good day.